Just a quick disclaimer before we start. Any stories or opinions shared in this podcast are for entertainment purposes only. Nothing discussed should be taken as advice or encouragement to replicate anything we talk about. Right, let's get into it. Hello and welcome to the very 9th episode of the Redline Republic podcast. My name is Badger.
And I'm Dan.
And we are live in RD again today. We're going to have to try and sort out these fucking intros because I need to try and find something to say directly after that. Because it's all well and good saying hello and welcome. My name is da-da-da and whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm just sitting there with me cock in my hand and I'm like, where do we go from here? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I suppose our first thing you have to go into now that's become a segment is the weather.
The weather? Oh.
It's dry today.
Yeah, we have weather today.
Yeah.
It's dry today. It was actually, believe it or not, it was hailstones yesterday.
Yeah, it was a bad day yesterday. It did rain again today though, so we still have that going for us.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, I can't wait for the last ever episode of or the last ever section that we do of our weather when we say it's dry, and that's going to be it. The first day it doesn't rain.
Yeah, well, I mean, we let them know every day that it was raining for a long time there. Yeah. Thankfully enough, the weather is picking up, because I know that you're all tuning in to hear about the fucking weather when you can just look outside and see for yourself. But anyway, we're going to jump straight into questions, listeners' questions. And I'm going to make this a routine whereby I let you all know that we are very, very grateful for every single question that we get in, every comment that we get in, even if it's not a question, even if it's just you letting us know what you thought was good, what you thought was bad about the episode, or your opinions on what we've spoken about in the podcast. So if you have any questions, any suggestions, or any comments on what we spoke about on this episode, please let us know in the comments. And while I'm on that subject, also, if you're listening on Spotify, go across to YouTube, give us a follow. Give us a follow on TikTok as well, and Instagram. Or vice versa, if you're on any of those listening, go and follow the rest of the socials as well, please. Thank you very much. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the remainder of this podcast.
Yeah, hopefully it's not shit.
Yeah.
We'll get a few questions anyway. So our first one came in from Daniel Gallagher. He said, Badger and Dan, would like to hear about what stagers both of you owned and did it last long? Because here in Donegal I had a bunch, but they all lasted 2 or 3 days. Last one I had only lasted 1 day. I sent Badger a picture of it, focus in the ditch. Actually, the funny thing with this is, the prick load. Yeah, Tomas Finnegan replied to it and was like, everything our Jake boys are stagers, which is exactly what I was going to say.
What's the photo?
I don't know.
He didn't say. Oh, right. I thought Tomas. Tomas pretty much just answered that question for me. As of late, though, I'm not. Well, actually,
just quit with your head there.
Yeah. The last one wasn't bad though. No. It's probably the only car that I ever had that wasn't bad. In saying that, right? I'm not saying that all of my cars are bad. I'm sitting way too high on this thing. What's going on? Yeah, here we go. My hands and all are out in show. I really don't know what to do with them. The majority of my cars have. Oh, you can't even see my face now. Fucking can't see me. Like the majority of my cars have all been fucking. What is going on? They've all been stagers, pretty much. Yeah, if you want to call them that. I love them though. I love them, and I think the worst one that I ever had, I owned a car for 6 hours, I think. Bought a car, clutch went, scrapped it.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. That was a deadly story, wasn't it? Just, yeah. Hope you enjoyed that.
How much did you lose on it? Probably not much. You probably gained money on it, did you?
I didn't gain money, no, but I was, I think I came out evens, kind of. You know what I mean? I think I paid, about fucking 200 quid, maybe 170 euro or something for the car. It was a Mazda. I remember it was a Mazda, and I never bought another Mazda after that.
I've never owned a Mazda before. I'd like to own a Mazda.
Well, actually, if you spend decent money on a Mazda, I'm sure it'll last you. But when you're buying one for 150 or 200 euro, don't have high hopes.
Yeah, I suppose I've never really had. I have had cars that other people would consider stagers. Like that Silver Boro would have been considered a stager. That was a bad car.
Yeah, in fact.
But then, I suppose the field cars I've had, they're stagers.
Yeah.
Like Spoke with the EP1 I had for a while. That was a great car. Mm-hmm. Then spoke with the 318 I had last week. That wasn't so good. That only lasted a while. I had an E12 that I spoke about in another episode as well. That lasted 40 minutes.
That was a saloon, wasn't it?
Yeah, E12 saloon. 40 minutes and the engine started knocking and then it fired a piston out to the side of the block.
Lovely.
What else did I have? Did the micro.
Don't ever call him Mike. Oh, I'm sorry. See how quick after mark I am there? I get so offended when people talk bad about a micro. Don't ever, ever call a micro a stager. They're a daily, regardless of what condition they're in, fella.
Yeah, that joke wasn't the best of them. It wasn't the worst of them either. And I also had a Super B.
Super B, you can't knock the Super Bs now.
That was.
We've already got enough car groups after us. We can't be knocking all the rest of them as well.
No, I do. I really like Superbs, but I can't remember. It was a cheap car, that Super B that we bought, and that actually lasted a bit longer than I thought I was going to, considering it was diesel in a field. Like a diesel field car is never going to go well.
No.
I actually have a video of that, and I'm not going to put it in here because my laugh is horrendous in it. But we had set up, like, I don't know what it was in the field, a couple of sleepers and stuff, and then done the usual, whoever can rip the handbrake and just catch the rear quarter with it. But Lee was driving it and ripped the handbrake. I was out of the car, thank God. Rips the handbrake up or whatever we had set up. He catches it. He's a little bit too far forward and he catches it with the back wheel, and it lifts the whole back of the car about 4 feet off the ground. I don't know how he didn't flip it. But yeah, that didn't. I actually, one of the things we tried to do at most of our field cars is see how many times we could slam the door on it, which was, we took inspiration from Whistling Diesel from that. I think that got like 3 slams and the passenger door stopped opening.
Are you joking me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, they were big slams, but yeah, it didn't take very long for the passenger door to just give up opening.
That's a joke.
Oh, was it closing? It was one of them. I think it wouldn't close.
It either wouldn't open or it wouldn't close.
Yeah.
That's a great start. Not so bad.
I don't know how long that didn't last very long either, because I think that's what it was. We made bits of the intercooler in it. We hit a jump or something and made bits of the intercooler, and then it just lost all power.
I mean, I don't think they're built for hitting jumps.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
But like whenever we made bits of the intercooler, it looked like we got a reek map onto it, because there was no power at all. Like, there wasn't enough power to change into second gear, but in first gear, the black smoke that was coming out of this thing was unholy. And I think we scrapped it then. It probably sat in the yard for a while and I got given out to for being in the yard, and then I scrapped it.
Nice. I'm just remembering as well that Mazda that I owned it for 6 hours, that was the one and only time where a clutch actually went on me. Like, I've had cars where the clutch was on the way out, and I think I got too comfortable with the thought of when somebody's like, oh, the clutch needs changing, or the clutch is on the way out. I'm like, it's grand, I'll drive on. But this time, like, it's not a very nice feeling when you have your clutch fully out and like in gear, and you're pressing the accelerator and it's doing nothing bar revving. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
it's not and all you can smell is clutch. It's not a good sign. But on that topic of stagers, there's one story comes to mind. Now, it is a dream that happened once before.
Right.
Yeah, one of them ones.
Allegedly
a dream, yeah. And anyway, allegedly, once upon a time, I may or may not have bought a Seat Toledo for €200, straight out of a field. Like, had no wheels on. Well, when I bought it, he put wheels on it, but it was sitting in a field with no wheels in it. He put wheels on it and sold it to me for €200. There was literally puddles in the footwells.
Jesus Christ.
Like, and when I say puddles, they were filled with water. I had to, allegedly had to drive erratically around back roads to allow the water to escape, like out through the doors and that. So allegedly I drove down to headed for Tipperary from Monaghan.
All right.
Yep, in said €200 car. Got as far as Kilkenny.
That's not bad going.
Got as far as Kilkenny, and that's when I realised it's very nice of on Garda Síochána actually to let me know that there was no taillights working at all in the car.
Right, they let you
none. Yeah, they just very nicely let me know. And also, because I couldn't be seen from the back, they also gave me a lift.
All right.
Back to the guard station, yeah.
That was nice of them.
Allegedly.
Did they give you a bed for the night?
No.
Oh,
no bed, no. Just give me a lift. And they were so nice as well to just dispose of the car for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Save you the hassle of it.
Free of charge.
Ideal.
Yeah. I mean, you can't ask for more. Allegedly.
You left them a 5-star review, I hope.
No. No. I didn't. There was no such thing as refuse back then. More so glad to be just getting away. But that's one of the stagers that stands out for me.
Yeah. I think most of them probably are stagers, though.
Listen, they could be considered as stagers. Depends.
Why do you have both of the heaters pointing at you, you prick?
The fuck do you mean? I didn't do that. I don't know. What, man can't have friends? I can't have friends? I don't know. I didn't do that one, man.
We've got another one in here from Matty Sweet. He's actually an OG. I remember him commenting on one of our first podcasts.
Oh, shit, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Matty. I have, for those of you listening, I've got short-term memory loss.
I hope that's it. I said that the first time I commented. I don't know if it's SWIET. Sweet?
Yeah, sweet.
Sweet.
Sweetie boy.
Something along them lines. He said strange stories during or after a car crash. He said, for him, he said, me 18, all happy in my B6 Passat driving home from work. Driving into Arklow behind a 231 Lexus, all good going until the lorry starts pulling out, making a left-hand turn, let alone need enough room and wasn't anywhere near coming onto my lane. The Lexus driver in front must have thought the lorry will come over onto our lane. Next thing, they slam on their brakes doing 60. I had around the car's length in front. I jam onto my brakes. Poor Passat had shite tyres in the front and the back. So the car locks up and I slide into the back of it. We pull over and sorted out later that I'll pay in cash for damages, €600 after I got evaluated. We arranged to meet in the parking lot where we exchange details. We meet up and the lady goes, oh, actually, it was half my fault. Take 300 quid out of the envelope and says, go fix your car. I was in a state of shock holding the 300 quid when 3 days before it was all my fault. Imagine running at the back of someone and be like, yeah, it was actually half my fault.
Well, first and foremost, I would have whipped my phone out of my pocket slyly, hit record, and been like, sorry, what do you mean it was half your fault? Yeah, can you just say that closer to my phone, please, thanks? Because that sounds to me like liability, like. Do you know what I mean? Just on that though, right, because that was a question aimed at us as to our experiences in those situations. And what's crazy for me is the one that I instantly thought of when I heard that question involved the B6 Passat and the lorry, which is strangely similar. Did we? I don't know. Did I cover this crash?
We did a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was in episode 0 or episode 1.
Okay. Well, I need to touch on it to get answering this question, which is, what was it? Strange experiences before or after a crash, was it?
Yeah, during or after.
Okay, right. So my experience after the crash is slightly funny.
Right.
I think. So obviously you don't fucking know it because I haven't actually told you yet. But I was driving a B6 Passat, and it's not allegedly, I have insurance on this one. Had everything on the car, and strangely enough, and so I was coming through Lahagish. Lahagish is in County Monaghan, and it's basically a crossroad, and I was coming from Carrickmacross heading for Ballabay, and it's more or less just a crossroad. So I came around the long bend on the main road. This is before there's speed bumps there now. That would have saved me a B6 Passat. But so I was coming around the bend. The speed limit is about 60, and I may or may not have been doing 62 or something.
Oh, allegedly, yeah.
Maybe way more than that, who knows. But anyway, I came around the bend, and all I see is the cab of a lorry facing me on the opposite direction of the road, and straight in front of me is the trailer. He was after coming down from the left, turned to face me, and I was met with this trailer with not enough stopping distance for 62 miles an hour, allegedly, right? Oh, kilometres.
Don't say miles.
There we go, yeah. So I jammed on the brakes, and I started skidding towards the tyres of the middle of the trailer. And I tried to steer up towards the back of the trailer, and just barely caught the back end of the trailer. A-pillar delete, roof was peeled back a bit, may or may not have been decapitated if my seat was upright. And And I think the funny story of this is because it was such a bad crash. The very first, and this sums me up to a T, right? The very first thing I decide to do is spark a fag and pull my phone out to record the ongoings. Like, here's me still stuck in the car, like, smoke everywhere. Lorry driver still hadn't gotten out of the fucking lorry. This is how quick it happened, like. And so I started to record, and all you could hear in the background of the video was my cousin who was in the passenger seat being like, are you for fucking real? Like, the first thing you do is pull out the fucking phone. But anyway, so I have that video of the lorry with the back end of the trailer in bits, my car in bits. And then when I was taking it, I pretty much skipped out of that. Considering I may have been, it probably should have ended way worse. So I put that up on my story, and then the next thing you see on my Snapchat story was me lying in a hospital bed singing la da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G. I think that's funny. I think it's good. I had that on a TikTok. It was a video of the crash and that, and then cut to me doing that. A lot of people enjoy that one. It's a good one. It's down now. In case anybody's wondering, it's down off of the TikTok account now for some unforeseeable.
So I was actually thinking when you were talking about that story. Remember that experience you had in the E46, or was it in the E60?
Who?
You.
Where?
Between RD and Kings Court.
Eh?
Do you know that road? It was definitely
Oh my God. Sorry. Because I'm a very good driver and I don't ever have close calls, it was hard for me to remember.
Which close call it was.
No, this is an allegedly story.
Big allegedly one, yeah.
Yeah, massive.
Another dream, I think.
Massive. Yeah, it definitely was a dream. So, had this E46 saloon. 2-litre diesel. Traction control button was broke on it, so the traction was constantly off. Right. This was actually a dry day in my dream, I think.
All right.
Yep. And because I know the road so well, I was cutting corners and
doing the speed limit, though.
I was using the race line of the road, yeah.
At the speed limit.
At the speed limit, of course, yeah.
On your side of the road as well.
Yeah, the race line on my side of the road,
yeah.
Anyway, cut this one corner and could have been a little bit mucky, or I might have been 1 or 2 kilometres over the speed limit.
Yeah, these things happen.
In my dream, allegedly.
Yeah.
And the back end of the car just ever so slightly kicked out, right, to the right. Yeah, so I tried to correct it, right? Corrected it too much. Came out a little bit more on the left-hand side, right? So I tried to correct it again, right? I ended up doing full lock to the right, full lock to the left, right? Trying to keep this car from spinning out. I was shitting myself. So, ended up I was coming fucking broad sideways, head like looking directly at the traffic coming towards me, and I don't know how I got stopped, but I just got stopped before a Jeep. Side on. I'm fairly sure my passenger door was touching his bonnet. There was no contact made at all. They were all fucking beeping at me. They were all going mental in my dream, allegedly. So I just banged it. I sat there for a second and was like, whew, okay, right? Jammed it into reverse back, and took off.
You have some mental dreams.
Man, you don't even want to see my dreams. Yeah, that was a fucking... But that was in another stager. Like, I could talk about my stagers all day long. Yeah. I think Dan's just glad because I'm actually admitting that they were all a stager.
Yeah.
Alright, Sublix, if you've made it this far in the video, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. It helps us out hugely. Also, like and comment. Thank you very much.
Tomas Finnegan left another one. He said...
Of course he did.
It was we were talking about if you could drive them transits, if you could drive them on a car licence or not. He was saying that by law you can drive a 730 on a car licence as long as the fifth wheel is removed, but I don't know if the law works other way. There is something about that. I remember looking into it. I know in England that's not the case.
One thing I will say is, having known Tomas Finnegan on a personal basis for the last number of years, he's one of those people that, like, they see the law as more of a guideline. He doesn't take the law too seriously. He's a lovely chap. I've all the time in the world from. But yeah, I wouldn't be taking legal advice from Tomás Finnegan. That's a fact.
That's
like if you were pulled in what 7:30 with the fifth wheel removed, and you were like, the guards were like, "What the fuck are you doing driving this thing on a B license?" You're like, "Well, Tomás Finnegan said I could do it." You know what I mean?
And then you get arrested on the spot for saying his name.
Yeah, fact. Fact. Yeah, actually, if you say his name 3 times, he actually appears, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I think
Let's
so.
not say it again.
We won't do it again, no. No, I think we're on twice. We'll do a insert name count, because I don't want to say it again. He will appear.
We got another one in from Zuma's Cat 4300.
Zuma's cat.
Yeah, it's a cat. It's a profile picture of a cat as well. So fair play to him. They're getting advanced these
Man,
days.
how is he on a keypad, man? What's
I don't
going
know.
on?
Big car fan as well, because his question is opinions on Toyota Starlet EP91s.
Oof.
It's a cat with good taste.
Yeah. Right, well, I'm going to have to just quiz you now for a minute. I am fairly... I'm going to say this and then instantly just correct myself straight away. I'd be fairly into, like, the Starlets / Glanzas, right? So, but now I have to correct myself by just asking this question. The EP91, is that the GT Turbo or is it the Glanza?
The Glanza, the one you like.
Glanza, perfect. Yeah, because I would
82s are the GT turbos.
82, right. Yeah, the Glanza. What's your opinions on them? My opinion is I spent £30 on a raffle last night for a Glanza. It's a sunroof Glanza. It's got full bright interior. I absolutely adore the Glanzas.
Yeah.
I love them. I drew one for my junior cert art project.
You never strike me as a kind of an art man.
I'm artistic. Oh, sorry, autistic. No, sorry, I got that one. I got that one wrong. Man, go fuck yourself, pal. No, man, I wouldn't really be big into art. I kind of just done it because it was there, you know. Yeah. It's like when they say the lads that only went to school because the bus stopped there. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was one of them.
I don't know. The thing with EP91s, like I love Glanzas, but then like the Irish, it's the same with like my Corolla. The Irish got shafted with the EP91s that we got, like the 1.3 ones.
Did we? Oh, we did. No, but we only got Starlets though. They were literally, there was no Glanzas sold here.
Yeah, it was just a Star EP91 Starlet. Yeah, that's all that we ever got. We never got Glanza over here.
Guaranteed they were all 5 doors as well. Like there was probably no 3 doors.
Yeah, but they are like when you look at a Glanza, they're really nice looking cars. But then when you look at the Irish spec EP91 Starlets,
I still quite like them.
I don't mind them. I probably never have one, but I'm not going to say I hate them.
Yeah, no, I'm more than likely I'll never have one. Well, actually, no, I will never have one. Because any of them that's left around nowadays, there's people doing fucking like they're turning them into Glanzas nearly.
Yeah,
you know, Glanza reps. But,
it's another thing that kind of annoys me a little bit.
I'm an avid fan. As much as I love a Micra, somehow a Glanza comes above that.
Yeah, I know.
Which is wild for me to say.
I don't know. See, the price of Glanzas at the minute is what's putting me off them a little bit. Like, they're what, 10, 12 plus now?
And that's probably just for like not a stock one, but like a non-turbo.
No, you definitely got a non-turbo for about 5.
Would you fuck?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Genuine Glanza non-turbo?
They're not Glanzas if they're non-turbo.
They are.
Are they?
Yeah, you can get a non-turbo one.
Oh, I always thought the Starlet was the non-turbo and then the Glanza.
No. You can get a Glanza, and then I think the Glanza. Listen, I could be wrong. I'm nearly, but not that I could be wrong that you can get a non-turbo Glanza, because you can get them. But I believe that the turbo Glanzas are the Glanza V's. And then just
just a Glanza S then. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about the non-turbo ones, but I have seen a couple of Glanzas for sale recently for in and around the 10, 12 grand mark.
But like that, they're only going up. All of that old Jap stuff.
But see, they're only getting rarer as well, so...
That's what I'm saying.
They're
They're only going up in value.
I think EP82s are on a different level for me, though.
They're the GT Turbos.
The GT Turbos.
GT Turbo Advanced, lad.
They are such a cool car.
Yeah, sick, beautiful. To be honest, though... actually, no one's saying that. Because you can have the little quad lights on the front.
And then the little green GT in the back.
Yeah, man, the glow up
cool.
one, yeah. I don't know, because I was about to say there that I'd take a Glanza over one of them, but
No.
you stick one of them quad lamp things on the front, and I'm weak at the knees, boys.
They are a very, very cool car. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if I'd ever owned one. Like, I think it's actually something I want to talk about in this podcast as well. Just forgot about that. I'm at the point in my life now where I've owned my front wheel drive cars. I think I want to go on to rear wheel drives. Fuck, we'll get into it now, actually, because that's all our YouTube questions through.
Yeah, because like I was about to say that for you is you've already had, like, if you were ever to have a Glanza or a GT Turbo, it would have been before you bought the Corolla.
Probably.
Now that you've had the Corolla, you're not going to sell the Corolla and buy something fucking else that's more or less the same, bar smaller.
The only thing with them is you're going from 20 valve non-turbo to, what are they? Are they 5 AFE?
4 EFE, I think.
EFTE, that's what it is. Yeah. So all you're going is from 1.6 non-turbo to 1.3 turbo. So other than that, like, I know they are a lot peppier, like, and it's much easier to get more power out of them. Like, the 20 valves are very, very hard to get more power.
I believe they called them the pocket rocket.
Yeah. Like the Corolla, my Corolla, it's not a slow car, but like, what are they, 160-ish standard?
Right.
I always had it in my head I'd like to hit the 200 horsepower mark with it, but like, to hit 200 horsepower in a 4AG, you're going like engine back to bare block, basically. Like, not even, because I was going to put like high lift cams and stuff into it, and I was talking to a few lads about it, and one lad was like, put a light and flywheel into it before you touch the engine. He was like, it'll make way more of a difference. So
yeah, but like that I wouldn't be so sure about that, Dan. Like, I wouldn't be so sure about doing that, because I mean, you're going to do all of that work just to hit 200, when realistically you could pick up a 4 EFE, isn't it?
EFE, yeah, they're the non-turbo one. EFTE then.
EFTE.
Yeah.
You could push, fuck it. Now I know there's a turbo on it, but fuck me, you could push them to
300.
I see them to 300 plus.
Yeah. But
Easy.
then, yeah, that is the thing with them. Like, you will definitely pull more power out of them, and they're a lighter car. But I just think my front wheel drive days are done.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking about during the week, and I was like, fuck it, I'll say it in the podcast. So I'm at this point now where I've had the Jeep coming on 2 years in June. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, so the Jeep isn't dailied. It's technically my daily, but I only need to drive it at the weekends and in the evenings, because I obviously, I have a company van.
His daily, he only drives on the weekends.
Weekends, yeah. Like, I have a company van, but I can't drive the company van at the weekends, so I don't have personal use of it. But what do you think? And then I want to put it out to the people who listen. Is it madness to sell the Jeep, which is 2017? It's got leather seats, cruise control, Apple CarPlay, everything from standard. It's also 3-litre V6 with 320 horsepower, 8-speed automatic. To sell that and buy a PS13.
I know what you're about to say, Dan. Right. There's going to be a lot of people that I reckon this is going to be a 50-50 thing, because some people are going to be like 100% do it because you don't need the van, or you don't need the Jeep
yeah.
on the weekdays. And I just don't know, Dan. Like, are you on for keeping the Corolla as well? If you
Corolla's staying, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
see, I'm not so sure.
And then what I also want to do is so that would leave me with just having the Corolla and whatever I buy. We'll just go with a PS13 for the minute. So then coming into the winter, you can't really drive either of them in the winter.
That's what I'm saying.
Salt on the roads. So then my plan is, coming into the winter, buy a Hilux Surf.
Okay. What money are they going for, roughly?
If you look over here, crazy money. If you look in England, like literally a quarter the price in England.
Shit.
So, like, if you look, there's a couple for sale here at the minute for like 16 grand, and you buy them in England for between 3 and maybe 6 or 7,000 pound.
Fuck.
And as long as you're buying pre-96, you get 200 euro VRT in it, so VRT doesn't matter on it.
That's unreal. When you put it like that, yeah, I think. See, like, but you also have the F4 Leon. Like, you could.
That's another thing. I could put that. See, I had it in my head that I'm gonna fix that and I'm gonna sell it. But then I could also just fix it and keep it, because like it's
immaculate. I know it's not immaculate now because you have it lying in the fucking field.
Oh, actually, it's not that immaculate. Do you know why it's not that immaculate? Why? Because my mother reversed into it when it was parked.
I remember you were telling me that.
Yeah. It needs 2 doors on the passenger side.
Shout out to Mumsy.
Yeah.
I think, personally, Dan, fucking go for it. You only live once, like.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm 26 now, so I can finally. That's how I knew. It was just before Christmas. Blue PS13 was for sale on Marketplace, and I don't know why I was sitting there bored or something, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll throw an insurance quote in to change from the Corolla onto that insurance."
Yeah.
It was costing me like €40 to change from the Corolla, and I'm currently insuring the Corolla for less than €1,000. I think it's like €800.
Do it.
So
do it, Dan. Do it.
And another thing I've noticed as well is the price of cars seems to be on the downturn.
The
price of them cars.
The value of cars is definitely on the down.
Yeah.
I notice it because, like, you've got. Did I speak about Marketplace last? I feel like I did.
You did.
I don't even have it in me to give out about it anymore. But yeah, there was people throwing in fucking silly offers, and even at that, I'm trying to sell a bike at the minute. I mean, they're not as silly.
Yeah.
Like, but I think the connection that I have with that bike, if somebody was to throw a silly offer, I'd tell them, yeah, come on ahead, get them into the shed. They'd be sorry. But yeah, no, personally, Dan, right, I was adamant. When you first asked that question, I was adamant. Terrible decision, whatever, don't do it, right? But now that you really break it down, and when I think about it, like, it's coming into summer. You can drive both of them cars. The PS13, beautiful motor.
Yeah.
Beautiful motor. I think if you get one, drive it around for summer, and towards the end of the summer, then pull the F4 out.
Yeah.
And get cracking on that, and then you can drive that for the winter, because that's a lovely car. Do you remember, actually, might be a bit mad speaking about this, I think the last time I was ever in that car, it could have been the last time you had it, do you remember what we were doing as a pastime?
No.
Do you remember going to little, like, random places in the country and picking up...
Oh...
Geocaching.
The geocaching. Yeah, I remember that.
Boys, I swear to God, that is some buzz.
Yeah, if no one's ever heard of geocaching, I'd imagine a lot of people haven't. Coming into the summer.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. If you're sitting at home on like a Saturday or Sunday, you've got nothing to do, get a couple of friends and go geocaching. It's a free app.
Yeah.
Go look it up in the app.
We're not sponsored.
No. It's just unbelievable fun.
We're going to have to do it again this summer.
Yeah.
We haven't done it in a while.
I was only thinking about that. I was coming through the Phoenix Park on Wednesday night. I was at a concert in Whelan's, and I was coming through the Phoenix Park, and I think that's the last place we've done it, was in the Phoenix Park.
I think so. You know, you ruined Ballapoosta for me, because every time I drive through Ballapoosta, I see that signpost, and I'm like, I know what's in there.
And what's even more mental is, if anyone from listening to this looks it up and starts doing it, the amount of geocaches that you've driven by in your life.
Yeah.
Every single day, and you never knew they were there.
Man, it's crazy, right? And so, like, just to break it down for people, in case you're wondering what the fuck a geocache is, it's basically like, you can have them in pretty much anything, but like, say for argument's sake, the one that I'm thinking of now is like it's like a test tube, isn't it? The one that's in
pretty much
Poosta, yeah. So there's like a test tube that's like watertight, and when you find it on the app. So you look it up on the app, they'll show you all the different spots. When you click on a spot, it'll give you clues, but it won't tell you exactly where it is. It'll give you clues. It's almost like a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
And then when you find it, so the one in Ballapoosta it's a little test tube, and it's waterproof. And when you open it up, it's magneted to the pole or whatever, right? When you open it up, there's a piece of paper like all rolled up, and you roll it out, and it's everybody's like name that has found it,
and the date,
and the date that they found it. And in some ones, you can have bigger ones where they put like little treasures into them and stuff. You know, you can add stuff to it. Like it's honest to God, it sounds bent. It sounds gay. It sounds like the Booms rooms with the rubber bandits, but it's not gay. It's a gentleman's club. It's good crack. Like instead of aimlessly spinning around the town and seeing the same shit, pull up that app, go and have a look for it in the crack. Man, do you remember there was one right outside Navan, and we went to it at about
a graveyard?
Yes, and it was no, not the one at the graveyard. There was another one on like a bypass. We had to get off of the bypass, walk through fields and everything.
Oh, that was just like Kells.
Man, it was like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning or something. And there's 4 of us just walking through a pitch black field trying to find the oh man, like honestly, the crack is unreal.
And some of them are proper hard as well.
Yeah.
Like, because some of them, there was one that I can't actually remember where it was, but it was in a graveyard, and basically the clues were headstones. And in the headstones, it was done off the dates of them, I think. Yeah. And you had to work out then the dates then gave you GPS coordinates for where the actual cache was. We ended up abandoning that one because none of us were smart enough to figure it out. But no, it is definitely, if you're at fuck all on any sort of a dry day.
Yeah. Go do it. Couldn't recommend it anymore. We need to do that again. Yeah. How long ago was that when we were doing that?
Must be 2 years ago.
More,
yeah.
Definitely more. It was way before I set the business up. I think it was a year or two before I set the business
Probably
up.
Yeah.
I'm in business, coming up on 3? I'll be 3 years now in May.
Yeah, must be, yeah.
I want to plug the business here now for people because I know that there's listeners here that don't know me from Snapchat or any of that. So, Farley Auto Styling on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for all of your tinting, body kits, Apple CarPlay radios, caliber painting, pretty much anything aftermarket apart from wrapping and remapping and exhausts. Hit me up, sound. But yeah, all of that story came from just the Mark II Leon F4, wasn't it? That's wild.
But yeah, to bring it back to it, right? So what do you think? I want to get your opinion on it. Am I insane to sell a Jeep that's got basically everything I could ask for? Mm-hmm. I can pull a trailer with it if I want to. I've got heated leather seats. I've got air conditioning. I've got good heating. I've got Apple CarPlay. To sell all that to buy a 30-year-old Japanese car, is that insane?
Let me ask you one question. How frequently are you going to be using the heated leather seat? Do you really want leather seats in the summer? Yeah, I know you've got tints, but
it's also got really good air conditioning.
Yeah, but sure. You've got windows in the PS13, fella.
You can attest to what it's like in the Corolla.
Right, okay, yeah, no. So is it going to be as hot as that?
I don't know.
Bollocks.
It's genuine. I don't know. There must be some problem with the Corolla because we must actually go. We've went to Waterford Cars and Coffee and the Juice Box Barbecue a couple of times. Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's something similar to what the Jews went through back in
Jesus Christ,
back in the Holocaust. sitting in that thing, heading down the road to Waterford. Like,
you might want to cut that bit out. But no, it is rough, and it's like I don't even know where all the heat comes from. It's like the car is just its own heater.
Yeah,
like you turn the heating off on the car. Obviously, there's no aircon in it. There actually is an aircon pump there. If I just get an aircon pump for it.
How about just do that then?
Yeah, I could do that either. Builds character when you're sitting.
And you're sweltering away to nothing inside in the car. You're like, I might consider getting that air conditioning.
You know it's hot when your face starts buzzing from the heat.
Like your sweat is sweating.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is in there. I think I lost like 3 stone that day. It was great.
Yeah, 2 hour drive, that's rough.
Man, horrible.
But yeah, like, so what do you think? Am I insane?
No.
I don't think I am, really.
Yeah, I think go for it then.
I don't think, part of me thinks I'll regret it, but then the other part of me is like...
Put it this way, right? If you keep the PS13 for a year and you sell it, chances are the value of them have gone up ever so slightly, and the value of the Jeep is after dropping.
Yeah.
It's an investment. Plus, it's something that you want to do. You're never going to... You've been talking about a PS13 with the guts of a year now.
Yeah, more.
And I think you're not going to be able to get that out of your system until you actually get one. So
yeah.
I think this is something you need to do then.
See, the thing with PS13s are probably one of my dream cars to own. Like, I'd rather a PS13 than like an R34 or like an R35 or something like that. I think PS13s, they've such a nice body shape on them.
Do you think? Yeah, go ahead.
I'd also like just a 180 S13. And there's the price of A86s has come down as well. But then the way I'm thinking of the A86 is kind of like the same kind of realm as like an EP91. I know obviously they're rear-wheel drive, but they're 120 horsepower.
I wouldn't say they're in the same realm, but what I would say is like, well, for one, the PS, you can comfortably sell your Jeep and buy a PS13. So why would you go? Which is your dream car? So why would you go with a AE86?
Because they are probably one of like I would love to own an AE86 at some point. And at the minute, you're probably looking between 5 and 10 grand less for an A86 fresh in from Japan than you are for a PS13.
Yeah, well, what I do is, right,
I'm just thinking now, right? You're going to have to sell the Jeep before you can buy your next car.
Yeah.
Which means you're going to have to fix that F4 Leon first.
Or the Corolla.
You're going to drive the Corolla.
Yeah, I'll drive
Daily.
the Corolla for the minute, yeah.
Fair.
Like, I actually did genuinely daily that joke to Dublin for a long time, so...
Yeah, fair. Yeah, well, I think you should go for it. Do you think, though, it's a case whereby it's like never meet your heroes sort of thing, where
I don't think so.
where the PS13 is your dream car and you're like almost flinching at the thought of getting one?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to know. It's the kind of thing that you won't know until you buy it. But I don't think when I'm sitting in a car that's got a turbo SR20 in it, and I've got turbo noises and stuff like that, I don't think it'll...
Yeah.
Like, if... I don't really know. In other people's head, like if I went to someone that's not into cars and was like, what do you think I should do? Sell my 9-year-old Jeep and buy a 30-year-old car?
Yeah, but there you go. It's somebody who's not into cars. It's like somebody that's not into finance being like, should I keep this one €500 note, or should I get fucking a million €100 notes? No, keep the 500. Keep the 500. You know, like that's a very terrible comparison. But like, why would you ask somebody that doesn't know anything about it for an opinion?
What you said earlier though does make a lot of sense. With a PS13, they're only going up in value at the minute, whereas the Jeep is only coming down in value.
Exactly. So now that you are in the position whereby you can sell your Jeep and buy a PS13, fucking do it, because by the time next year comes around, you'll be able to sell your PS13 and nearly buy 2 Jeeps.
Yeah, that's
possibly.
true. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Anyway, coming off of the topic, because we could sit here for the full day and speak about this, because I know how me and Dan get.
We've got some more if I can fucking find them, because I went out of it. Yeah, so that was all of our YouTube ones. Thank you to everybody that watches on our YouTube.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But we'll go on to our Spotify. So Mac and E said, actually, before we go into this week's episode, so last week we got a ball of questions in, and I kind of skimmed over them a little bit. But there was one that I was looking at. Matty Sweet actually commented on our fucking last episode on. So he's commented on
he's
on both of them.
He's a regular commenter. Yeah, we might have to just start getting a few stickers or gifts or something, some bit of merchandise maybe to start sending out to people.
There was one. Where is it now? Wait, please.
Is that a horse?
No, it's a.
I thought it was a horse galloping down the fucking thing. I was like, Jesus.
Where did I see? There was a really good comment I seen that I missed it by accident. Maybe.
You know, there's this thing that your phone can do, where you press the 2 buttons at once. It's screenshots.
That would be handy.
Then you could
but then my phone would be full of screenshots.
Like mine.
Yeah, so it was actually from 3 episodes ago. Adam O'Brien, if you're still listening. He said, listening in Waterford, in one of the other podcasts you were doing about coilovers and springs, I have an A111. I had springs in it before 86 Fest 2 years ago, and it was like a boat going. Changed to BC coilovers and never looked back. Also, what's your thoughts on the A111s? Feel like the car that was never loved in Ireland. I seen that and I was like, why didn't we talk about this last week?
Yeah, right. So first and foremost, the springs versus coilovers debate. I think you're the one that agrees with the springs. I couldn't ever. Like, I think it'll be a dark day in hell when I do decide, do you know what? I'm going to stick lowering springs into this. I think if you're going to lower a fucking car, get coilovers. I've seen time and time again where people are getting lowering springs because they think it's going to make their car low. It's not.
Yeah.
It's going to lower it a little bit. They're going to be bouncy as fuck. Do you know what I mean?
So cheap coilovers, though.
What?
So cheap coilovers.
Yeah, but at least you're able to go lower with coilovers, cheap coilovers, than you are with.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you know the thing with, like, Volkswagen cars? Like, most of the coilovers kits that you get with them, they're coilovers in the front and just, like, glorified lowering springs in the back.
With an adjuster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they're not coilover spring in the back. I don't even know what it's called, that suspension in the back, but yeah.
Yeah, there must be like a more malleable spring.
They're just lower, I
lowers.
suppose, yeah. That
Yeah.
it's able to compress a bit more, but... And every single one of them adjusters gets fired into the bin the second it comes out of the box.
If you are working in the manufacture of coilovers, just take the adjusters out of the back. Just leave them. You're wasting your time by sending them, because as soon as you unpack your box of coilovers, you look at this fucking adjuster and you're like, gone.
Yeah.
Good luck. No use.
But on the thing about the AE111s, about the 11s, he is 100% right that they were never really loved over here. I think a lot of the problem with them is maybe that's not the problem, but they're not rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But
But
then
I can't see that being a problem.
Then because then again, they came out the same times against, like, they were coming up against EK4s. What is it? There's a hot version video of an EK4 11 and
Probably a Nissan. The
yes,
Pulsar, is it?
Yes, Nissan the Pulsar. The 11 actually beats them around the
Okay.
track. Actually, I didn't think they would, because I think the Pulsar is more power, and I think the EK is more power as well, and they both have like proper variable valve timing. Like I forget what Nissan's is called, and then obviously the EK4 had VTEC, which the 4AGEs do, but it's just not the same level as like what Honda did. See, the whole problem with 11s was they were brought into this country, which was stone mad for twin cams, and imported for... Sorry if you could hear that.
You won't, because you're going to edit it out.
Yeah, they're brought into a country that was stone mad for twin cams, and then because they were for nothing, they just got the engine ripped out of them and put into twin cams. So there's like any amount of them knocking around the country that's just shells, or most likely been scrapped. But there's a very small amount of them left as complete cars. And when you see a really, really nicely done 11, and there's a few that I can think of, like Chrissy Delaney's yellow one, that was
That
a
is
juice
a beautiful
box.
one, yeah.
Such a cool car. Then there's another blue one down the country. I can't think of his name.
That's a Tom's one, though, isn't it?
It's
Tom's
not
inspired.
Tom's inspired. Yeah, it's got loads of Tom's parts on it, but like there is a couple of really nice ones, but they're a rare car these days, which is a shame, because
Yeah.
like I'd say if you went back and looked at how many is brought into the country and how many's left, I'd say that you'd cry.
See, I think I'm one of the people that overlooks them, because, like, if I'm to think, if you were to ask me, list out 20 Jap import cars,
Yeah.
I don't even think 11 would be in the 20 that are named.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think, obviously, that yellow one that you're after naming there, because it's catered like a Tom's, like,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
Tom's inspired, I think that is a beautiful fucking car.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
But when I look at a standard one, it's not even just a standard one, but just a normal 11, I just don't think it does it. Not that I wouldn't have one,
I do
it'd
really
be
like
way
them.
down the list.
Like whenever I was buying the Corolla I got now, that's what I was looking for originally. So a couple of years before I bought the Corolla I had now, I came across these A111 GTs in Japan, and they're massive in Thailand. And I was like, I'd love to import one of them one of the days, because I couldn't find any over here. And then I was looking, and there was just like, I think I texted every single man in the country that owned 11. I was like, will you sell it? And everyone was like, no, they're too hard to get these days. And then eventually, it was pure chance. I was scrolling through Donegal one day, and I seen the one I bought now, and I was like, surely not. And it was only half an hour over the road from me.
Yeah.
So I went and bought that. But that's what I had been looking for. I was looking for 11, but they're so hard to find. Like, even, like, you see way more EK Civics coming up for sale than you see 11s.
Fact.
And it's the same. I suppose Pulsars are fairly rare too, but they
Very rare. I
definitely.
couldn't even tell you the last time I seen one.
I know that
I know
upside.
there's one at Cassidy's Cross, isn't there?
Yeah.
There is one
you're
there.
right.
That's the only one I've seen in the last, possibly ever.
Yeah, and then there's another lad that has one not far from Cassidy's Cross then as well, a black one. It's a very, very nice car, but I do think the 11s went seriously underappreciated in this country, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't understand why either, because I mean, like, not every, but the majority of other Jap import cars, they're all loved. They all have I'm sure, I'm not knocking it at all. I'm sure 11s have a massive fan base.
It's kind of like a cult following more so.
Yeah. But like, I haven't seen anybody, I haven't met anybody that will, bar you kind of bring them up every so often.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know anyone that would like start like as a conversation starter as 11, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, and another thing I don't understand about them is, so everyone goes EK Civic mad, like, I want an EK4 or whatever. 11s were, anyway, way more affordable than an EK Civic. And they were easier to insure because less lads crashed them because there was less of them in the country. I don't really understand. I think it's kind of like you, where they just flew completely under the radar. Like, there's some really nice bits you could get for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, there's TRD body kits that are really cool. There's obviously the Tom's kit. Like, the Tom's wing that he has in the back of that is fucking class.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They just never got big. It kind of annoys me a little bit because I wish I was able to see more of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I not that I don't agree, but I wouldn't strongly agree either, you know.
Yeah. But
I've got nothing against 11s. If you're listening to this, don't think that I'm a hater on them. I don't know enough about them. And if it was me, if you put an EK in front of me, an 11 in front of me, it's EK all day for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I do love Hondas, and like the bang of VTEC is very hard to beat. But then, like, the sound of the 20 valve with trumpets on it at full tilt, I think can definitely rival the sound of VTEC. Like,
Wouldn't be so sure. Me personally, I wouldn't be so
Really?
sure. Man, I'm a huge fan of VTEC.
so you think whenever you're in the Corolla and I'm sitting at like 7.5 or 8,000 revs, just before I hit limiter,
I'm not saying it doesn't sound good. It sounds really, really good.
yeah,
And I do enjoy it. But for me, it's just not VTEC.
yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It is missing that.
I'm not faulting it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Dan, I'm now banned from Dan's Corolla for saying that. No, go and jump in your VTEC.
But yeah, we'll get back to the questions from episode 8. McInee said...
Actually, before you go forward, apologies for that, Dan. You're gonna smell it now in a minute.
Oh, no.
I've been taking protein for the last while as well, so it's less. I can taste it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And these heaters are going to heat it up before it gets to me now as well. Great job.
I couldn't hold it in any longer then.
McInee said, I was braking a Mark 5 and some lad texted me and said, oh, will you post the bumper? I'll pay you for it, and posted. I was like, fuck off, not a hope. The amount of things that people will be like, that's one thing with braking in cars. I hate braking cars because I know you get like more money for it potentially if it's a little bit lower valued, but the hassle of taking bits off it and dealing with the worst people in the world.
Yep, 100%. Like, I just don't get it. Like, you're selling a bit for 20 quid and they're like, I'll go and take $12.50 for it.
Yeah.
Really, you're that bad off for $7.50. Like, just give me the $20, man.
Our man Walsh Unit. He said,
another episode where he's mentioned. Who's Walsh Unit?
I don't know.
I've never even heard of him before in my life.
Looks like he is some sort of a podcast or anything.
It's hardly the Unit podcast, is it?
I don't know. I heard that's not great though.
Don't be. He's going to box the best podcast, bar this one. Actually, I'm not even getting into that. It's a very, very good podcast. We're not similar at all, and you should go and give it a listen.
But he said, I remember teaching myself to drive. When I say how to drive, I mean grasping the bite of the clutch, which is kind of the most important to start off. I had a 90 Starlet parked in the back. I brought out a Punto parked up too, which is in front of mine. I used to go in first and tip his car, and then reverse and tip the house. Can you remember learning to drive? Did you do it properly, or was it dog rough like me? No doubt Badger learned in 5th class in 3/4 of a car he found.
3/4 of a car? Oh, man. I'm going to let you go first, because I need to try and remember where I learned to drive.
You got a memory on Facebook of one of the first times I ever drove a car. Last week or the week before, I think, on Facebook. I learned to drive. Well, no, I probably would have learned to drive before this, technically, in a tractor. But then I was over at one of the boys' houses, and he had... It was an EM Civic, but I don't think... It wasn't VTEC, it was I think it was
You can get them 1.5.
yes, it was the 1.5
double
single
overhead.
over. No, they were single
Is
overhead.
it?
Yeah,
Single overhead.
but it was one of them, and that was the first car I ever drove. He used to, like, his father had was a panel beating garage, I think, down the bottom of his house. So there was like a big like stone driveway the whole way up, and 13-year-old us used to just spin up and down in his car.
See, for me, I think this is where I say it again. Like about the whole farm thing. Like I think farmers and tractors are a cheat code because the second you turn 17, you know how to drive like that because you've been driving tractors since you were 7.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and more than likely been driving on roads since you were 12. Yeah. Do you know, like big machinery like that, you've got the clutch down to a T, you've got accelerator, gears, everything down to a T. You know what you're doing, except you're transferring it into a car.
Okay.
And I could be wrong because I don't actually know, but that's what I'd imagine.
The one thing that helped me a bit as well is instead of coming, like, I wasn't privileged enough to get a real nice tractor, so I was in a mid-70s, I think. Setter.
Do you know all I'm hearing now is my Rolex is only a Submariner. I didn't actually get the. Do you know what I mean?
This tractor was
oh,
bought.
my tractor! Oh, I didn't have a chance to have a nice tractor.
This tractor was bought for less than €1,000.
Yeah, but you had a tractor, man. I didn't have any fucking tractor.
I didn't buy it.
Oh man!
But that's what I learned to drive in. It was a ZR6718. No brakes. The gear stick was not even really a gear stick. It was
It was a wand,
basically.
Wand.
It was so that you've got the steering wheel and then the dash, and then to the right of the steering wheel on the dash, that's where you change gears. So in first gear, you go the whole way to the left and up, and then straight down.
I've seen them.
And then you go up and you move it over a little bit into third. I think 4-speed or maybe 5-speed. So when you come out of a tractor that does all of about 20 kilometers an hour with no brakes into a car, you've got like...
There's you rubbing up along the dash of the car trying to find the
gear stick. Looking for where the transport box is in the back of it in the car so I can use my brakes to drop that down.
If anyone was to put a transfer box on a car, it'd be you. Fuck's sake. I remembered. How I learned to drive was Dad was teaching me. He had it was a Ford. What do you call them vans? It was. Do you know what it was? It was a
Connect?
No, like 00. Like 2000, and it's the one with the big box thing on the back of it. The fuck do you call them? Because you can get your Escort vans where it's like streamlined up over, and then you have the one that looks like an Escort at the front and it goes into like a big box at the back.
One of them ones?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck is it called? I don't know what you call it, but anyway, it was one of them, right? And so he took me out. He taught me how to drive. I believe I was like 15, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, something like that. So I wasn't actually driving in 5th class or 6th class. I was in the council estate. Well, and not even the council estate that you came from, because you definitely knew how to rob and drive cars at fucking 12. But anyway, so he took me out around the back roads, the surrounding back roads of Ballabay, and taught me how to drive. And he done this every few days for a while till I got the hang of how to drive, right?
Yeah.
Well, boys, there was one day I got confident. One day I got real confident. I used to be hounding Dad. Come on, we go out and we go for a drive or whatever, because I knew whenever we go for a drive, he'd let me drive some of the way, you know. And there was one day he was sick in bed. I think he was sick for 2 or 3 days, but he was in bed, bedbound, couldn't move, right? And I was getting sick of this. I was like, fuck me. He's not going to be able to bring me out to drive. I'm just going to go and take the van myself, right? So, lo and behold, his wife had, I think it was her brother came up. And so she was occupied in the kitchen speaking to them, right? She was distracted. Dad was upstairs in bed, and I was like, no hassle. Went and just snuck the key out into the van, and I started it. And I was shitting it because I still hadn't got the hang of like the clutch and everything. I was still very new to everything, right? So I started it anyway, and I was like, all the boys used to gather around the tech in Ballabay, and I was like, I'm gonna swing down by there because like they're all the cool kids driving, and I want to be known like. Go into school on Monday and be like, oh, Basher, what's the story? You're doing laps of the town there? Like, yeah, just lapping around, you know. But anyway, Stalled it once outside the house, and I was starting to go red, and I was looking at the house to see that they hear the starter of the van trying to kick in. Like, ended up, got it started, drove down to the bottom of the estate, and as I was going to the bottom of the estate, it was fucking shitting. And I was like, what if somebody sees me? And what if I get fucking pulled in or anything? I was shitting, man, right? So, drove it up around through the other. Listen, long story short, I got down to the tech. Nobody there.
Oh, Jesus.
Drove down to the tech, there's nobody there. And already I'm like, shit, like, I'm good. The van is gone. They're going to notice I'm fucked, right? So I went to pull out onto the road again from the car park, and I stalled. And I was like, shit, there was cars coming and everything. And I was like, bollocks, right? So I let it roll back into the car park a little bit, right? And I started, and I couldn't get the hang of the clutch. And every time I stalled it, I was getting more and more panicky, because I was like, time is ticking on now. I can't get it out of here, right? Next thing, my phone rings. And I'm like, shit, right, Dad. At that point, I knew I fucked up. Because what happened was, his wife's brother was after driving past the tech. He had left the house, drove past the tech and seen the van at the fucking tech, and was like, what is going on? Yeah. It's safe to say he kicked my bollocks in when I got back up the road.
He wasn't too sick then, was he?
No. Oh, man, dear. Yeah, that was a sickener, but... Yeah, so that's my first driving experience.
Yeah, mine was fairly tame compared to that. I would have driven in the tractor in the field, and then up and down the boys' lane then. And then I did drive properly on the road down with two of the boys. I think was it last week I talked about that, week before?
Yeah.
Up and down one of the boys' lane. Or no, out on the road with a car. We went 3 ways on for €150.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah, allegedly. But I'm going to go for a piss, because I'm actually going to piss myself.
Sweet.
We're back.
And we have our weekly correspondence from Top G Tato.
Yeah, our fucking favourite commenter.
Yeah, man.
He was saying, we were talking about homologation cars, I think, last week. We must have. He said another thing about the homologation cars, or however you spell it, I think that's right. The older Mitsubishi Evos came with anti-lag in the ECUs, but the fuel chart was set to 0 for the road cars, so they could use it in the rallies. I never knew that.
Jesus, fuck. That's wild.
Yeah, so they had anti-lag in them from factory, but while you could use it, you just had to map it into it yourself.
Fucking hell. That's mad.
But,
but can you not just fucking map anti-lag into a car anyway, no?
You can map anti-lag into any car you want, but I think it's just a little bit harder to do it. Like, I think in most cars, like in the Corolla, the ECU is either impossible or almost impossible to map. You need to put a standalone ECU into it to get, like, anti-lag and that kind of shit into it.
Right.
He also said he's from Muff, which is about 20-30 minutes from Letterkenny. I don't even want to manage how bad it is on rally weekend. I have a story about that, but that can wait for another time. You want to send us that story now?
Yeah, send it in.
We won't tell you, we won't say your name if it's a bad one, but we will.
Yeah. So send it in. But also, was it him that mentioned the muff up outside Letterkenny before as well? Because I remember there was somebody said that they're going to get his T-shirts made up.
That was him, yeah.
I Heart Muff.
I Heart Muff, yeah.
We need them T-shirts as well.
Yeah.
We need them T-shirts, because I want to wear that T-shirt at the rally this year.
Yeah, he's going to give it to you at the rally.
Yes. What's the... So obviously the hard to know. I can't even say that because there's people that listen to this.
There is people that listen to this.
There is
actually, or not.
Yeah. There's people that listen to this. We leave it at that. But Tato, Top G. I'll be speaking to you at the rally.
David O'Connor said, I think the weekly weather report section needs to be done in the style of the weather report guy, Ollie Williams from Family Guy. I actually had to look up who that was.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I listened a little bit to Family, or watched a little bit of Family Guy, but not that much. But
go on, Dan, ask me what the weather's like outside.
What's the weather like? God, that's going to spike so bad. That one's going to blow the head off some poor man listening to this in his car on the way to work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it'll wake him up.
He said also on the subject of twin wheel vans with a fifth wheel, have you lads ever seen your man Slampy on Facebook? Some of the stuff he's at looks mad. Have you ever seen him? I've never
even heard of him. Where's he from?
I don't know.
Yeah,
he's on Facebook. I must give him a look and see. But we don't know about him at all. Owen Kinsella says the campsite is great crack if you want to freeze and have boys from Donegal roaring into your tent at 10 to 5 in the morning looking for cat.
It doesn't sound too bad, you know. Man, do you know, I might actually... No. I think you would have to pay somebody to stay there.
There is no amount of money in the world that could make me stay in the campsite.
Everybody has a price, Dan. Everybody has a price. How much, right? If I was to set a GoFundMe, because I know there's people would pay for that, for you to stay even one night in the campsite with a GoPro.
Oh, Jesus.
Because Dan doesn't drink and he doesn't like do any illegal substances. So he would be awake and alert at all times. So he would know full well what was going on and he'd be able to record everything. So if you think we should set up a GoFundMe, what's your name, your price, Dan? Don't say fucking something stupid. Because I know you'd do it for 100,000 quid you'd spend one night.
Oh, yeah, 100 grand.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe 1,000 quid. Would you stay for 1,000 quid? You more than likely would.
1,000 quid.
This is what I'm saying. No amount of money would make me say. Now you're contemplating
5 grand.
Don't be so stupid, because 2 grand I'd do it. Yeah. You do it for 2 grand as well.
You would. 2 grand you do, but you'd be drunk.
Yeah, but this is what. But you do it for 2 grand. I know you would.
Yeah, I probably suppose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, 5 grand. You're hoping now.
2 grand and my diesel expenses.
No,
paid
you do
for.
it for. No, you're chancing. You're right. Listen, I reckon €1,000 and you do it.
I genuinely don't think for 1,000
I think you would.
I would.
Because you're bigging it up to be something worse than it actually is. Somebody roars into the tent for you. What's the worst that can happen? You're going to have a sleepless night for €1,000.
Yeah, I suppose that's
Do you
true.
know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, you're going to be awake for the night. You're going to have a couple of people, Annie Kate! No. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're staying at knife point and you're having boys rape you and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You're great. You do it for 1,000 quid. I think we should set up a GoFundMe.
I don't think anyone's going to give any money.
Man, I'll pay for it. I'll pay towards it. I won't pay the full 1,000 quid, but I'd do that. That'd make serious content, you know.
I probably would. Me sit there with a GoPro for that. It'd be like a Go or a Bear Grylls documentary.
He'd be drinking his own piss after 20 minutes.
It's currently 5 a.m. and the creatures outside.
Because they would be creatures.
100%.
I think that'd be a good one.
But Cody McCabe said, well, lads, could you tell a few funny school stories, especially Dan, who went to Nobber? I had to think about this.
Man, I've got fucking loads. I don't even like saying it, because it doesn't, like, when I say it, it's going to be, oh, he only thinks he was. I tried to be really funny in school, and so I made a laugh and a joke out of myself and out of people around me. It sounds like I was bullying, I wasn't. I was actually the one being bullied. But yeah, so I was suspended pretty much every second week of secondary school, yeah. Yeah, and then I moved schools in halfway through 5th year to Ballabay, and within the first week I was suspended for a month. Like, I have a lot of funny stories. So I do. But do you want to go first, or will I?
You go first, and I'll have a think about some of mine.
Right, well, the first one that pops to mind is it was April Fool's Day, and I believe I was in 2nd year. And it just so happened to fall on a Wednesday, and so on a Wednesday in the Tech in Carrick, big up Cumra College, Carrick and Shore, County Tipperary. The Tech in Carrick, on a Wednesday we had a half day for sports. So like what we would do is we would finish up at, I think it was lunch. You finish up at 1 o'clock, you go for your lunch, and at 2 o'clock you had to be at the football field out on the Clonmel Road. So what I used to do is I used to wear my tracksuit bottoms underneath my school uniform, just so that as soon as I go out at 1 o'clock, they're straight off the uniform, straight off, right? So this April Fool's Day fell on a Wednesday, and I walked into a classroom, stood behind the teacher, and she turned around and was like, "What are you doing?" And I dropped my trousers, right? She didn't know that I had tracksuit bottoms on underneath, but I dropped my trousers and I goes, "Ha! April Fool's Day." It was pure silly, but I got suspended over that.
All right.
Got suspended. I also, this is fair. I nearly got expelled for this one as well, you know. But I ended up only getting suspended, right? So we had an SNA in our class for one of the boys, Mikey, and yeah, I don't know why, right? So obviously I'm going to have to distinguish the two now. So we know what virginity is, right? But for some reason, I believe this was in like first class or first year, we were saying fridge-inity, which is like frigid, losing your fridge-inity.
Oh, okay.
Which is like getting your first shift or whatever, right? And so we were having this conversation in class one day, and I just turned around to, I wish I could remember her name now, but she was like easily mid to late 50s. She was the SNA, and the teacher hadn't entered the classroom at this point, and I was like, Miss, when did you lose your frigidity? And straight away she just jumped up off the seat and went straight to the principal's office, and like that my name was called over the intercom, straight in, bam, you're out. Like, and he wouldn't even listen to me, like, that's what it was. I don't know.
See, so in the year that I was in school, they often regard us as the worst year that they've ever had in.
Is it?
For like shit that was done. And see, there was that many things that happened in my year I can't actually remember. Like, it was that bad that I think 1 or 2 teachers came to our debs.
Oh, yeah?
Nearly nobody came out with us. Do you know the way teachers always go out for your graduation with you? Nearly nobody came out with us for graduation. I think for the debs, like, the principal was there and maybe one more teacher.
Right.
They all hated us. It was fantastic fun for us to be in it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have liked to be a teacher. I remember one lad brought, I think it could have been absinthe in a Lucozade bottle.
Man, I don't know. I found a bottle of vodka one day when I was walking down to get the bus to school. Found a bottle of it was lemon vodka. It must have been some Polish. I'd never seen it before in my life. Must have been some Polish shit. I brought it in, poured it into a sports bottle, and I was getting rat-arsed in the class. On that topic, though, you can go ahead first. But
yeah, go on ahead.
on the topic of people bringing stuff into school, there was one day, 2 of the boys brought in, it was actually one lad. He was English. His name was Danny, I'm nearly sure. He was only in the class for maybe a year, maybe 2 years. And he brought in drink one day, like cans in a bag. And he came in the morning before the bell rang to go to class. And he ended up bringing my cousin out with him. He was like, oh, who's coming with me? We'll meet school for the day and we go on the dag is what they called it. And the 2 boys ended up, Danny and Lewis went off and they were getting fucking rat-arse drunk around the town in the park. Falling all over the place, like in their uniforms. Ended up being brought back to school, and as a punishment they had to be left in the class drunk. Right? But when they searched, they brought them in, and the principal brought them into the class, and in front of everybody he tried to make a show out of Danny by emptying out his school bag. Porn magazine. Porn magazine in the school bag, right? Principal, there was a running joke then for a couple of weeks where the principal had went missing for an hour after finding it.
We actually found porn DVD in the the woodwork classroom in school. Nobody actually knows if it came from a student or the teacher.
Yeah. Man, like, our junior cert home ec practical as well. It was, man, what went on in that classroom. Oh, right, so there was, like, obviously you have to bring in your own ingredient. Now, this is the practical. You've got an examiner and everything in there, right? Everybody has to bring in their own ingredients and stuff, right? So I was making, I think it was a fucking carbonara. I don't know what it was. I was making some form of a pasta anyway. One of the boys was making pasta as well. One of the other lads came over, JP came over, and I think it was Evan that was making the pasta or whatever. He grabbed a plant pot, like a flower, out of the plant pot and had all the muck out of it. And he went over and started shaking it over the pasta because Evan was gone to the bathroom. I don't know where he was. And then he had Capri Sun, which was part of the ingredients he needed to pour it in. I don't know what it was. JP, after putting the soil all over his pasta, just sculled the Capri Sun. He needed it for his exam. It was somebody else made cookies, and as he was leaving them dry, everyone ate them. So he had nothing to present. My cousin Lewis was making some form of a chicken dish. He had to put it in early. And so he put it into the oven, and as he was cleaning it up, like, somebody went and turned the oven off. So he presented a raw chicken to the fucking thing. I don't think one of us passed.
The actual practical.
The actual, it wasn't even practice. It was the actual practical. Like. And because there was no teacher in the room, it was just an examiner. It was all hell loose, like. Oh, do you know what I mean? No hell's barred, man. Man, it went wild. I don't think there was one person that actually presented and an actual dish. I think everything was just banjaxed.
I thought my school was bad.
Oh man! And then we had this English teacher. Was it? Yeah, it was either no, it was a religion teacher. And she used to bring us to. She was sick of listening to us, like. So she used to just bring us to the library for the hour that she had us. And then towards the end, when we knew, like, we'd have the time on our phone. And when we knew the class was coming to an end, we knew she'd be like, right, lads, back to school now. So we'd all just disappear throughout the library. Like, and we'd be all running through aisles trying to dodge her. We'd spend another hour trying to find us in the fucking library to bring us back to the school. Man. We went to a sports day one day. Man, I could go on forever, but this is the last one, right? We were going to a team, a school's hurling game, I think it was, or a soccer game, whatever it was. They rented this bus. One of the boys ended up lighting one of the seats on the back of the bus on fire.
Oh, Jesus.
Lit it on fire, right? And then opened the back doors of the bus. And there was just smoke bellowing out of the bus as we were driving along.
Do you know what? I would like... So the teachers in Nobber said that we were the worst class, the worst year they ever had. Every single story was worse than the worst story we ever had.
No, listen, right? I really hope that there's some listeners from Carrick-on-Shore. If there is, please comment and let this fella know and let the people know how bad the tech in Carrick. We weren't even the worst class in the school, man. I swear to God, man, the shit that we used to go on. Oh. I don't know. I could go on for days about the stories.
I do remember speaking, it doesn't really technically, I suppose it does, on our way to our Debs, which was in Monaghan.
God love you.
Yeah. Was it in Monaghan? I don't know where it was. It was somewhere anyway. I was sitting in the seats in front of the emergency exit, and one of the lads was sitting behind me. And I was turning around talking to him, and then one of the lads was sitting beside him in the seat. So he was leaning up against the emergency exit door. And as he was leaning up against the door just swings open. How he caught himself, I don't know. He just grabs on, nearly died on the way to the Debs. And then the bus driver, obviously, he gets a light on the dash or whatever when the emergency exit is open. So the bus driver pulls the bus in and comes up, and we're like, we didn't open it, like it just flung open itself.
Yeah.
And your man cut and shut it then, so he obviously believed us then. So he goes to one of the lads that was sitting in that seat, and he was like, just stand up there for a second. Got his seatbelt and wrapped it around the door to keep the door closed. So if we were going to crash, one, your man that had no seatbelt on had no hope. And two, if we needed to get to the emergency exit, we were fucked because there was a seatbelt wrapped around it.
Did any of you care? No, definitely not. Didn't give a bollocks.
But yeah, no, I think Nobber was, from all them stories, as wild as I thought Nobber was very, very tame.
Yeah, but listen, that was Carrick-on-Shore. I used to think this was normal, man. Listen, I wouldn't go through Carrick-on-Shore at less than 60 miles an hour nowadays. I just wouldn't.
And even at that, you'd be missing bits off your card.
Yeah, fact, man, fact. Broken windows never at 60 miles an hour. It's wild.
Yeah, like I do remember some of the funny shit, like. But there's a lot of stuff I genuinely can't say in a podcast.
Yeah,
that happened. But
no, I know it wasn't your year, but didn't we go? There was a Debs. No, it wasn't even we go. I don't know why we said we go, but wasn't there a Debs that went to Monaghan and there was like 2 or 3 people kicked out for having intercourse in the Debs?
Oh Jesus, I don't know.
From Nobber.
It makes sense.
I think there was. I'm nearly certain there was.
I do remember that the other one we went to, it was Monaghan that we went to.
Yep.
Wasn't it? There was a condom on the ground in there.
Not so bad.
I don't know. Whatever goes
people
on.
from Nobber do not just keep it in their pants for one.
Obviously, you know, when they go to somewhere as exotic as Monaghan.
Exotic. That's the best one ever. Oh Jesus!
When you're from a place called Nobber.
Yeah, it speaks fucking levels.
We'll keep going before we're at this about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Queeveen Grimley, which I guessing that I got the name right because they didn't correct me. He said you can't compare Donegal Rally with Bundoran. Bundoran just doesn't have the same buzz as Donegal Rally. The crack, the cars, and nightlife, just nothing compares. You can't really.
Yeah.
They are 2 different entities, but I think if you're the kind of person that just wants to go to Letterkenny and never see a stage, I think Bundoran is very, very good crack. Because the weather is usually, touch wood, is usually fairly good for Bundoran. But it's obviously, like, because it's so much smaller, like Letterkenny is a fairly big town. Like, the distance from KFC up to McDonald's, it's a fair trek.
Yeah.
But you can't compare them. They are two very different things. But Bundoran is definitely good crack. I would recommend anyone to go.
Having never been to the Easter Rally or Easter, what's it? The Easter Sunday.
Oh, Port Sunday.
Yeah, is it the Easter one
Easter,
that's always
yeah.
big? Yeah. Having never been there, I'm not able to make a comparison. But like, for me, nothing will ever compare to Letterkenny on Donegal Rally.
I think Port on Easter Sunday is probably a little bit busier than Bundoran is. I wasn't at Bundoran last year, so unless it's starting to get busier, I'm not sure. But Port on Easter Sunday is probably closer to Letterkenny. But see, the thing with Bundoran is the last couple of times I went, like the first time I went, it was Sunday. And then you drove up Sunday and drove home again the same day.
Yeah.
But now it is kind of more of a Saturday night, Sunday night, home Monday.
Okay.
So it's getting a little bit bigger.
It's getting there, yeah.
But I think Bundoran is too small of a place for it to ever really get that big. But no, I do think if you've never been, get to Bundoran.
Something to experience.
Yeah, it is very good crack. Did you ever see the video of the S14 or S15?
Yeah, doing the burnout with the cops, yeah.
Ripped out of the car.
Yeah, he didn't even argue. He just
What can you even say at that point? The smoke still coming out of the tyres.
Is it not close enough to a border near there, though, no?
Bundoran.
No, I don't condone failing to stop for the Garda, but like...
Oh, you're probably a right enough track from the border on
Is
Bundoran,
it?
I suppose, yeah. You wouldn't be 100 mile an hour away.
100 mile an hour away.
Well, you wouldn't be 100 miles away from it, but
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
be far enough now that you'd know all about it if you're trying to get away from it.
Fair. And they probably have guards dropped or fucking scattered all over the place for the rally.
I'd imagine
Oh,
so.
for the rally. It's not
Yeah.
even a rally. Two of us are messing up now.
And then our last but not least came in from Kent Steen, and he says, I'm a chap from Norway and still listening. Love the banter. So
way.
we managed to not drive away our Nordic listeners.
Yeah, deadly.
Even though you told him he was from Finland about 7 times.
I remember distinctly. I was like, where's he from? Norway. Yeah, so in Finland.
Yeah, like it was literally just the, like 3 more words and you'd forgot already what it was.
Oh man, I'm just like a goldfish, man. Yeah.
We have a look at our most recent episode and see if we've any more wild countries. Wait till you see it just be Ireland now this time.
Yeah.
United States this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1.5% United States.
1.5, 2 to 1.5% of viewers that we have from the United States. What is the story with Trump like?
Is it mental?
What's going on there? Like, it's just wild. And like, hey, listen, this is another rabbit hole that I'm about to go down, but I'm just going to not, because we can't let this run on too long.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you all very much for listening. I'm gonna you do the fucking sign. I always do the sign off.
Well, you have to do the last bit. You've got the famous very last bit.
I'll do the last bit, but you just tell him what to do.
So,
Fucking tell him, Dan.
thank you very much. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you ask us questions. Make sure you tell us what we're being stupid about. Make sure you go follow us mostly on our Instagram, because our Instagram is still lacking behind a bit. So it's Redline Republic Podcast on Instagram. Go follow us on TikTok, redline.republic.podcast. Email us if you want.
Yeah, just what's the story, fella? Email us a photo of you going, wha scan, fella.
And yeah, thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, right. Ciao for now. See you for the week. Thanks for calling. Go on, Glau.